Anyone who works in a contact center has heard the phrase quality assurance. But what exactly does quality assurance mean? Call center quality assurance, or QA in short, can help align customer interactions with business goals. The aim of a good QA program is to enhance agent performance and maximize customer satisfaction. Who should be responsible for overseeing the QA process? What are some of the essential tools that managers need? What common standards should be followed when supervising agents? Hi, my name is Sophie Frankenberg, VCC Live's internal trainer, and today I'm here to talk to you about how to create and manage a QA program. With over 10 years of experience in the contact center industry, I coach and develop the staff here at VCC Live. I've also trained and offered consultation to our clients, as well as held on-site training sessions to help clients with their business aims and development needs. Creating and overseeing a QA program might seem like a challenging task, but with the right strategy, management tools and software features, you will be able to maximize your agent's performance. During this course, I will talk about what exactly quality assurance means in a contact center. I will show you what benefits you can expect from a well-rounded QA program and who should be responsible for overseeing the QA process within a contact center. I will then discuss how to create an effective QA strategy and how to establish quality assurance standards within your operation. Then I will talk about the various methods available for monitoring your call recordings and about how to structure your call evaluation forms. After covering QA evaluation, I will show you how you can provide feedback to your agents. Finally, I will talk about the contact center tools and software features that can help you effectively manage your QA program. So, let's get started. Quality assurance, also known as quality management, is a process that determines how well your operation is running and how your agents are performing based on standards and goals set by your organization. Having a QA process in place is crucial for any successful contact center. By giving your agents consistent and constructive feedback, you ensure improved customer service and therefore increase customer retention. Regardless of your industry, a good contact center experience will drive brand loyalty and will keep your customers returning to you. Besides customer experience, quality assurance also maintains operational efficiency and therefore keeps your contact center's costs low. Furthermore, a good QA program enables long-term agent training. The evaluation process guides additional coaching your agents need. This data can also help with future hiring processes, as you will be able to better determine what qualities to look out for. Two distinct roles can be defined when talking about QA management: the call center manager and the quality assurance manager. The contact center manager is in charge of overseeing the whole operation and is responsible for making sure that all contact center goals, including the goals set by your quality assurance program, are accomplished. I will talk about how to set up a quality assurance program later in this video. The quality assurance manager is in charge of overseeing the day-to-day operations of your contact center and should regularly administer the quality assurance program. These roles and structures can change depending on your organization. In most cases, the QA manager reports directly to the contact center manager. In smaller teams, the QA program is managed exclusively by the contact center supervisor. Regardless of how your quality and management teams are structured, QA programs are only successful when they have support and there is clear communication between call center managers, supervisors, trainers, and agents. QA programs are usually overlooked in contact centers, as supervisors often do not have time to handle these tasks. And it is also true that introducing and maintaining a QA program does not bring you immediate profit. However, it is vital to have a QA program in place in order to bring the maximum out of your agents and have a clear oversight into how effectively you are running your operations. And it's important to highlight that it has long-term benefits such as improved customer retention. And as we all know, retaining a customer is just as important as acquiring new ones. It is necessary to remember that, regardless of how many agents you have, overseeing the quality of your calls should always be a priority. The question is, how many times and how many people should conduct QA management? If you have 10 to 50 agents working for you, QA management can be done by the contact center supervisor. If you are running an operation with more than 100 agents, you should think about having a dedicated quality management team in place with a quality assurance manager. If you do have a larger operation, but your organization is lacking the funds for a separate QA team, you can still use some of the techniques and software tools covered in this course within your daily management activities. Remember, having a QA program in place does not always mean immediate results. It is a long-term process with long-term results. Now that we discussed the basics of a QA program, let's see how actually set one up. Firstly, I will talk about the necessary documents in a good QA program. I will also talk about how to create a measurement plan for your QA program and how to communicate it to your team. Let's start with the basics. All organizations have clearly defined goals and aims. These aims are communicated to its employees in a clear and concise way, usually by a vision statement. The same is true for any customer service operation, where defining the goals and aims of each customer interaction is especially important. Depending on your organization, this can be a standalone statement or it can be a part of another document. These statements are usually short and to the point. A good example might be, to be the best part of our guest's day. So how do you create one? There are 3 elements to remember here. A good customer service vision statement is simple and easy to understand. It outlines the type of service that you want to deliver to customers, and it reflects the company's values and future aims. You don't develop a vision statement and then simply forget about it. As your company expands, you should examine your vision statement on a regular basis. It is a living document, much like your company strategy. It may also assist you in making important business decisions because it reflects the heart and soul of your company. A vision statement also helps as a guideline for key management decisions and staff evaluations. This is where the Quality Standards Definition Document, or QSDD, comes in. A QSDD is a document that defines what your agents are evaluated on when looking at their performance. A QSDD is aligned with the broad overall vision of the company defined in the vision statement. It also contains the overall guidelines and procedures in the quality assurance program. This includes examples of what counts as a positive or negative behavior during the call evaluation process. In short, the QSDD outlines what aspects your agent should be evaluated on by the QA manager or whoever is responsible for quality assurance in your company based on your business aims. For example, if customer retention is a major corporate goal, the QSDD should require evaluators to focus on calls when cancellations are addressed. The typical aims of a QSDD include enhancing agent performance, analyzing customer experience, assessing compliance, and establishing best practices based on your business needs. So how do these quality assurance standards translate into practical terms? After getting your vision statement and QSDD in place, you can start creating your call monitoring forms. A call monitoring form is an assessment that scores your agents on how effectively or poorly they handle the call based on predefined criteria. It's an essential tool for increasing transparency in your contact center and guaranteeing constant, high-quality customer support. By basing your call monitoring forms on the QSDD, you can make sure you maintain consistency in all areas of your quality assurance program. The specific details of call evaluation forms can change based on your business needs or on the project that you are working on. The aim here is to map the goals set out by your QSDD into actual measurable KPIs. Some common examples of KPIs measured in call monitoring forms include Did the agent make empathetic statements when appropriate? Did the agent maintain control of the call? Was the use of jargon or slang avoided during the call? Did the agent use appropriate opening and closing statements based on company policy? And some business-specific KPIs include evaluation elements such as: did the agent try to upsell or cross-sell when handling a customer call? Did the agent offer a debt payment plan when handling debt collection calls? If working on a customer service project, did the agent provide a timely response to the client's issue? As a general rule, and in order to maintain consistency, try to involve the same team in the creation of your call monitoring forms as in your QSDD and vision statement. I will discuss how to set up a monitoring form in more detail in the next section. I will also talk about the technical tools that can help you in your evaluations. Before we move on to a more detailed discussion of evaluation forms, I wanted to talk about the importance of communication and flexibility when setting up your QA program. It is essential that you engage your contact center agents when setting up your QA processes. Listen to your agent's feedback when thinking about what should be included in your call evaluation forms. Then, as you change and respond to client demands, your agents should be involved in updating the QA framework. This will encourage their participation in the QA program and will ensure that your call evaluation practices are in touch with daily customer interaction scenarios. There is a whole section on feedback methods in the next part. However, it is important to mention that you should consistently be transparent about your evaluation standards and decisions. Now that we covered the basics of a QA program, let's talk about how to get the data that you are going to analyze in your call evaluation forms and the specific elements that should be included in them. Step 0 of any QA program is having a call recording protocol in place. Call records are the basis for analyzing your agent's performance and can also serve as a material for future training sessions. A supervisor overseeing the QA process or a competent QA manager should explain this to their agents. They should be as transparent about this process as possible. Let agents know upfront that their calls are being recorded and explain to them why this is necessary. It is important to mention here that having all your calls recorded can also be a safeguard for agents. For example, it can help protect staff from aggressive or unpleasant customers if needed. It is also critical to record and assess as many interactions as possible in order to gain a comprehensive picture of your operations performance. The same agent might perform at various levels on different days. Therefore, regular measurement is the only method that can help you establish an exact and fair assessment of their work. There are a number of ways you can monitor your calls, from simply listening in to fully automated solutions. The most basic QA measurement mode is random sample monitoring. Many QA managers rely on it to assess agent performance. However, it is quite restricted in terms of what it can tell you about the general condition of your contact center. As its name says, traditional random sample monitoring randomly picks a recorded call sample for evaluation. A QA manager may detect anything in a sample, such as an agent departing from the script. However, listening in a few calls selected randomly and tracking it manually is not going to provide a comprehensive picture of your operations. Random sample selection is not representative and will not enable you to have a strategic approach to your QA program. Targeted monitoring will give you a better insight into your agent's interactions. When using targeted monitoring, samples are selected based on specific criteria. For example, you might choose to look at calls where a customer is following up on customer issue, cancellation calls, or calls that ended with low service scores. Monitoring specified samples of calls will give you more insight into how and in what cases your agents are succeeding in, or in what scenarios they need more training and feedback. Analytics-driven quality management will give you insights into the most impactful calls, chats, or emails relevant to your organization and goals. It automatically categorizes your interactions regardless of what channel your agents were using. This AI-powered method allows supervisors to spend more time on coaching and training. Additionally, it turns your customer interactions into valuable data that your operation can use to further develop your customer interactions based on key trends. I would recommend using a specific filtering method that gets the most out of your customer interactions and to use data maximally to your advantage. Now, let's get back to discussing the specifics of what should be included in call monitoring forms. Regardless of whether you use random, targeted, or analytics-driven monitoring and what type of business operation you are running, there are some essential areas that need to be covered in each call monitoring form. These are soft skills, processes, and compliance. Soft skills are important in allowing your agents to provide excellent customer experience to their clients and are the basis of their ability to gain trust of their customers. Some standard QA questions assessing soft skills are: did the agent show active listening skills? Did the agent build rapport and display understanding of the client? Was the agent's tone and pitch appropriate to the mood of the call? You should also make sure to assess whether or not your agents followed the necessary customer service processes set by your organization. Did the agent terminate the call correctly? Did the agent complete after-call work properly, such as logging the reason for the contact and the contact outcome or scheduling follow-up actions? Finally, keeping a check on compliance issues is also essential. The issue of compliance is increasingly becoming a risk for many companies. Failing to meet data security and local compliance regulations can have serious consequences for your organization. Some standard QA questions assessing compliance issues are: was the customer identified? Was their ID validated if necessary? Did the agent notify the customer about call recording? Once you identified the goals of your QSDD and translated these goals into identifiable KPIs, in other words, desired actions and behaviors on the part of your agents, you need to structure the evaluation forms so they are as easy to use as possible for QA managers and supervisors. The order of the questions on each evaluation form should correspond to the structure of the overall call flow. By doing this, the evaluator does not have to jump around the form or listen to the recording multiple times. Make sure to put assessments relating to the entire call at the end of the form. An evaluation form following a call flow would typically be structured in the following way. Did the agent greet the client based on the time of day? Did they verify the client if needed? Did they start recording the call and did they notify the customer about this? Was the agent proactive and helpful? Did they maintain courtesy throughout the call? Was the agent accurate when giving information? Was the issue resolved? Did the agent do the after-work administration properly? Scoring questions can take various forms. Some KPIs, for example, can be rated on a 1 to 5 scale, such as: did the agent use appropriate fact-finding to determine the needs of the client? However, some questions fall into a binary yes or no category. For example, compliance-related questions are typically unambiguous and can only be rated as a yes or no question. Once you have your scoring methods associated with each KPI, you can start your evaluation. Finally, make sure to be transparent about this process. Make a scoring guide available to your agents explaining the weights and scoring of each behavior and KPI. This way, there will be no confusion later that could lead to perceived unfairness. Once you have your KPIs in place, you need to assess their relative importance to each other. Obviously, you want to place greater emphasis on behaviors that serve as KPIs for more significant goals. In such cases, you can add weights to these KPIs. This means that their value could double during the final assessment. Some KPIs that usually have double weight in quality management: did the agent inform the client about voice recording? Did the agent identify the customer according to the current processes? Did the agent use objection handling? Most contact center software solutions allow you to do this within your evaluation form templates. In the final QM evaluation, the system will calculate this for you, letting you arrive at the final results of your assessment. In addition to using weighted KPIs, you might want to include bonus questions to reward extraordinary behavior, usually included near the end of the evaluation form. You might also include auto-fail questions, especially if monitoring for compliance issues. Finally, make sure you are flexible. Not all calls should have the same evaluation. Customize each evaluation form based on the current project. For example, the types of processes you'll evaluate in a sales call are very different from a technical support call. Throughout this course, we have mentioned the question of agent feedback. By regularly using evaluation forms as part of agents' feedback, you can show how their performance improved. Make sure to regularly hold feedback sessions based on your evaluation forms. Depending on the size of your team, ideally once a month. With a smaller team of say 10 to 15 agents, you can also hold quarterly evaluations. However, even if you hold quarterly evaluations, make sure to be able to give immediate feedback to your agents when encountering an issue, so the problem can be instantly addressed. But how should you communicate evaluation scores to your staff? Here, we have to go back to some essential methods of feedback and coaching. When communicating with agents about their performance, make sure to be constructive. Finding fault is easy, but it's more productive to critique while also helping them see the way that they can further improve. Make sure to acknowledge their efforts and instead of confronting agents when they make a mistake, work with them to figure out a productive way forward. When you see some behavior you are not satisfied with and want to talk about, first ask the employee what they think about what happened. People always know when they are not performing as well as expected. Remember that feedback should always be about the behavior of the agent and not about the personality. Finally, make sure to give feedback that agents understand and can easily put into practice. And follow up with them regularly to ensure that you are on the same page. After giving feedback, give a reasonable time period or deadline for the agents to follow up on your suggestions. When it comes to the practical tools that can help you manage your QA program, it is important to choose the software that supports your processes. So let's have a look at some of the tools and software features that can help you manage your QA program on a day-to-day basis. No matter what type of sampling approach you use, it is essential for any QA program to have a call recording in place. However, a contact center that decides to use call recording needs to make sure that they are in compliance with local, international, and industry-specific regulations. For example, most countries have privacy regulations concerning health and medical information. If your operation deals with credit card information, you need to make sure that you handle financial information according to regulations. In addition to call recording, another feature that can considerably help with managing your QA program is real-time monitoring. Real-time monitoring means that you can listen in on your agent's interactions while they are happening, giving you the option of immediate real-time quality assurance. Additionally, VCC Live's built-in features let your agents have immediate access to their feedback so they can see internal comments, quality sheets, and suggestions on their dashboard that they can check during break times. When it comes to actually creating your evaluation forms, it is important to have software that enables you to have customizable criteria. So make sure you choose software that is flexible when it comes to creating your assessments. Once you have assessed the KPIs that you want to measure within your evaluation forms, along with their weights and scoring, you can easily add them to the VCC Live platform via customizable templates. In our software, you can also set the minimum and maximum points given to each KPI along with the weights associated with them. You can also customize the colors of your rating system to give you and your agents a clearer view. Finally, you can also define your larger quality assurance categories. As discussed, this usually corresponds to your project's call flow. This function can help evaluators see the criteria types and their results separately if needed. In addition to customizable templates and criteria, another contact center feature worth thinking about is the built-in call ratings feature. This complements the real-time reporting feature. The call rating feature here at VCC Live is available in the CDR log, where you can rate whether your agents meet your customized KPIs one by one. You can set the minimum and the maximum value of each KPI with a simple click. You can also set an unsatisfactory option. Finally, the rating feature here at VCC Live also has an additional notes feature, enabling you to make notes at any time while listening to agent conversations. You can even make suggestions to agents in real time. Another useful feature that can help you manage your QA program is the ability to rate your agent's script. VCC Live software, for example, enables QA managers to access the script pages, enabling them to check if their agents are following the scripts properly. Once they are ready with the rating, they can decide to activate it and show it to the agent if necessary. Quality assurance is very often overlooked in contact centers. Supervisors and managers are often overworked and cannot allocate time to managing a regular QA program. While the benefits of a QA program are not immediate, it is an essential element for any contact center operation that strives for long-term efficiency and profit. Regularly giving feedback and coaching to your agents will lead to a well-trained workforce, saving you time in other areas, as your agents will be able to effectively handle calls and customer requests. In this course, we talked about the benefits you can expect from a well-rounded QA program and about who should be responsible for overseeing the QA processes within a contact center. We talked about how to create an effective QA strategy and how to establish quality assurance standards within your operation. We also covered the essential elements that are the basis of a QA strategy, such as the vision statement, the quality standards definition document or QSDD, and call monitoring forms. Then we talked about the various methods for analyzing your call recordings and about how to structure your call evaluation forms. Here we talked about how to translate your QSDD into identifiable KPIs. We also discussed how to weigh and score your KPIs during your QA evaluations. After discussing QA evaluations, we talked about how to give constructive feedback to your agents. And finally, I talked about the contact center tools and software features that can help you effectively manage your QA program. Besides the call recording feature, it is worth thinking about the use of real-time reporting so you can give immediate and visible feedback to your agents when necessary. Customizable templates are also essential when deciding what KPIs to measure your agent's performance with. In addition to customizable templates, features such as built-in call ratings and immediate access to script pages will also help you in your QA process. I hope this course helped you to understand how to set up and run a QA program within your operation. If you want further assistance, please feel free to reach out to us at academy@vcc.live. See you soon!